Welcome to Blue Buddha Frenchies. I am Andrea, and this is our weekly Thursday live stream where we pull the curtain on what truly means to raise French Bulldogs the right way. So just a reminder, we go live every single Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you are not subscribed, please do that and make sure you hit the bell so you always get an alert when we go live. Before we get into tonight, let me recap last week for anyone who's just now watching. So 2 weeks ago, we did our very first live stream. We introduced ourselves about who we are, why we do this, and why Frenchies have completely taken over our lives. If you have not seen that one, please go back and watch it and make sure you like it. It will tell you everything about Blue Buddha Frenchies and why we are so different. Last week, we went deep into what really happens those first 8 weeks of a puppy's life here at Blue Buddha. We talked about the red zone, the incubators, the feeding every 2 hours around the clock, the manual stimulation, the early neurological stimulation, all of it. That stream was so incredible and you guys really showed up. It was truly amazing. Thank you guys so much for that. So tonight, as we told you last week, we are going to do something different. Tonight is going to be special. We are not just going to talk about our nursery. I'm actually going to take you inside my nursery. My husband Mario is going to be following me with the camera, and I'll just walk you through and briefly just tell you every single corner of the space we have for our puppies when they come into this world, what supplies we use, and how those first precious weeks of their lives are, how everything happens basically in here. So you'll see what we use, why we use it, all of our supplies, and exactly what it looks like to be in an active nursery because we do have puppies right now. So we are super excited. They're 1 week old. We are in the red zone. They're in incubators right now. So it's a perfect time to show you guys everything. So this is our real life. This is happening and we cannot wait to share it with you. So Mario, let's go. Okay. Light. Okay, so this is our area where the puppies will come at 3 weeks. 3 weeks is the fun part. Everything starts to get super fun with the puppies. That's when we introduce them into the whelping box, the big whelping box, and we also introduce litter box training. So the litter box training will go there. I haven't set that up yet because we still have some time. Obviously, we'll have toys and stuff in here, more blankets, water, and all that good stuff. We'll have a camera. You guys will be able to see them go live a lot. So we're super excited about that. So that's kind of this little area. And of course, you know, this is where they'll sleep at. We always bring them, you know, into our home to introduce them to new sounds, new textures on their feet, just to get them acclimated with different environments. This, which you guys have probably seen, this is where we feed the babies once they come out of the incubator, and mom goes up here as well. And then we actually, once the puppies come out of the incubator, we do bring them down here before they come down to the big pen. We have the air purifier, we want to make sure we always keep the air super clean in here. We have the Mom Cozy baby wipes, so they stay nice and warm when we wipe their little butts. You guys have seen our amazing incubator, and you can see the little babies sleeping. They're all sleeping, and one's in there tucked away somewhere hiding. So this is our incubator. We've actually used this brand of a incubator for probably over 10 years now. What we do when the puppies come home from hospital, because they're in mom's body, she's at roughly 101 degrees. And then once she goes into labor, her temperature, of course, drops. So as we talked about the last couple weeks, the hardest thing for puppies to do the first few weeks of their life is maintain their body temp. So of course we set the body or the incubator to help with that. We start at 92 degrees. And then we slowly lower that. As you can see, they're already at 88.7 and they're right around 48% humidity. Usually we'll keep it between 45 and 50% humidity, which is controlled by the humidifier. there's a sensor that goes on and off that tells once that drops below what we have it set at, it will make sure that it, turns on and they get exactly what they need. Once they come out of the incubator, we turn these awesome humidifiers on. These are truly amazing. These are on our Amazon storefront as well. These definitely help the puppies. They help keep their skin hydrated. It helps them breathe. As we know with Frenchies, we want to make sure their airways are really clear. So that is super good. And of course, we have 2 of them just for precaution. Then we'll go over to the area where I do my scales. So you'll probably wonder, I have 3 different scales. I'll show you the other one in a moment. This scale is what I have to use when I have very small puppies that might even be 2 to 3 ounces, and they're not going to pick up on this bigger scale. So I have that for the little tiny little babies, and then of course this one as well. And we do weigh them every single time they feed if they are a little bit slow growing, but if not, we do weigh them every single day. And this is just an extra incubator. This one's a little bit bigger than this one. Like if we had a bigger litter, it would go in this one compared to that one. I'll take you over here real quick before I get down to the supplies. This is the bigger one since we were just talking about scales. This is the one where the puppies, once they reach about that 3-week mark, we'll put them on here. We get their weights and we keep track of them that way. Blankets, I have a gazillion blankets, but this is just free access to, it's easy for us to kind of roll them up, and we have them, of course, all washed. And then we have diaper genie refills. And then this is super important to have in our nursery. This is a nebulizer. Nebulizers are, of course, used for puppies that might be struggling. They have pneumonia, which of course is common in this breed. Sometimes when they aspirate, we'll do a nebulizer treatment with saline solution, which helps break up mucus in their chest and helps them breathe better. So we definitely always have that on hand. We definitely don't like to use it if we don't have to, but if we do, we always have it available. Now I will bring you down just some supplies in my supply area. So this is our go-to. So Mario will get all this. So this is just something, this is kind of a container that I kind of keep if I'm having, a puppy that's sick or that I need access to. I can kind of put a bunch of stuff in here. It kind of can go around with me in the nursery when I need it. So I'll just briefly show you a few things that are in here. Of course, we have the nasal aspirator. We have to have this for puppies. If they are drinking mom's milk and they get milk out of their nose, we have to make sure we suction it, or if they start choking, we have to suction their throat. So we always have this on hand when we're feeding. It's always right near us. Then of course we have, a lot of different ointments, eye ointments, skin ointments, basically anything you can think of, we have it. This is super good now. This is amazing, actually. This is called the Miracle Nipple. We have a couple different ones, and I'll give you the reasons why. So if a puppy is not wanting to feed on mom or just might be a little bit sick, not quite a candidate for tube feeding, like not quite, still, wanting to nurse, but it's having a little, problem, needs a little bit more help, we do pull out the Miracle Nipple. So this one's for a smaller puppy. And then we also have bigger ones, bigger nipples, bigger syringes that can kind of, meet all puppies' needs and sizes. So we have that, always have these on, and these ones are also in our Amazon storefront if you wanted to check them out. And then, of course, we have Duoxo. Duoxo is awesome. This is not just for puppies. Keep this on hand if you have Frenchies or if you have dogs in general. This is amazing. It is an antiseptic, antifungal. A lot of puppies will get, you little Oliver baby. So a lot of babies will sometimes get puppy acne, and they'll get maybe a little couple, dots on their forehead. Nothing to be concerned about, but it's basically from the oil in mom's milk. You put that on for a few days, it's great. It can go for dogs if they have a rash or if they're having, teenage acne. That's what we use. It's amazing. So of course we have to have our thermometers for mom with petroleum jelly. We have these for puppies also. If we feel that they might have a temperature, we have that on hand. We have a few of those. And then I have different diaper rash creams. We have the Boudreaux's butt paste, the Desitin, and then of course we have A&D. If they have a little bit of a sore butt, we're going to go towards the Boudreaux's or the Desitin because it's going to dry it out a little bit. And this is going to keep it more moist, so the A&D. So we just have a variety of things that we would use. We have these are cards that we use when we do DNA on puppies, and we send it out to Animal Genetics. This is how we do all of our health testing, color testing, and it's done on these little cards. So we have that. And then we have this is what we need when a puppy if we're clipping their nails, and these are the nail clippers that we use when they're little. You can see them, they're perfect. They're not gonna really hurt them, but if for some reason we do nip it, we're gonna put some of this powder on and it's gonna clot that blood so they, they're all perfect and, they don't bleed too much. And then we have worming. This worming is done at 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, and 8 weeks. So all the wormings are done here at Blue Buddha before the puppies leave. We will make sure they have a clean fecal before they leave here, 100%, and they will be 100% wormed. And then of course we have this nose butter. I really like this a lot. I always put this on the puppies' noses just because, they can get dry. I like to keep it hydrated and moist. This is a really good nose butter to use, and that is also in our Amazon storefront. And then I have the paw soother. This is an organic paw soother. I'm huge on this. This just moisturizes their paws, it protects them, and it soothes them. And you can use this for your dogs too. It doesn't have doesn't have to be just babies or little puppies. Angel Eyes, I always have this on hand. So puppies, their tear ducts are not fully developed, so they do sometimes get more tear production, and this just helps keep it so they don't have any staining. It has aloe vera in it. It is amazing and it works very well, and you can use this on adult dogs as well. It's not just for puppies, and that's also in our Amazon storefront. All right, and then I will bring you down to, so these are puppy casts, and we have them from size 0 all the way to 5. Of course, depending on if it's a brand new little puppy or if it's a bigger puppy or when they're older. And basically these casts, we don't have to use very often, but we do want to make sure we have them on hand if we do. And this basically just corrects flat chest or a pigeon chest where their chest sticks out. And this will help correct them since their bones are so soft when they're younger. You put these on for about 5 days and their chest definitely corrects itself. So these are really, really good to have on hand if you need them. We have CalSword. So when mom's feeding puppies, she pulls all that nutrients that's going to those babies, are pulling that nutrients out of her. We always make sure we have CalSword for calcium on hand just in case, just to make sure her calcium does not get low, because if it does, that can actually be detrimental to the mom. So we always make sure we have that. This is a colostrum supplement. We don't always use this, actually not very often, but we need to make sure we have it. And the reason why, so the first 24 hours, the puppy's guts are closing, and they have to have mom's colostrum in their gut before it closes. Otherwise, it can cause them to go downhill, and it can actually kill their immune system even more so, because they really don't have an immune system for the first 16 weeks anyways. So if mom's milk for some reason is not in, it's taking a couple days might not sound like a big deal, but again, within that first 24 hours, we need to make sure we have that colostrum. So if she doesn't have it, we have it on hand for her. So then we have our 1cc syringes. I have a million of these. We are using these for enemas. We are using these for puppies' medications. These are really our go-to. I use a lot of these. This is what we use when we are tube feeding. So this is a tube feeder for puppies. And we would use something like this. I always make sure I have this on hand. This is goat's milk. It's the next best thing to you know, mom's milk, of course. So we have to make sure we have that if we have a puppy that's going to need to be tube fed. So we always have that on hand. This basket is just tons of needle syringes if we have to do sub-Q fluids for any puppies that might be having, if they're dehydrated. Mario does that. That's his area. I don't do that. So he does all that. But we have small needles, bigger needles, depending on the puppies. We have everything in here. If we have to have lactate ringers for the fluid, we have all of that. So I think I covered most of that in here. And then of course, this side is just basically our wipes, pads, gloves. And then of course I have all my little bows and my dog collars. I actually get these made on Etsy. They're really cool. They're really safe for the puppies. Some of them clip, some of them tie. And then I got dresses and stuff in there too. So that's pretty much it. Okay. And we will get right back to this. Okie doke. So basically what we're going to do now, hopefully you guys were able to watch the nursery tour, try to do it, you know, just to kind of give you guys an idea of everything that we have here. Now, what we like to do is go ahead and, there's one thing I forgot to mention, that we do have the Dyson heater that goes in the room that keeps it around 79, 80 degrees once the puppies go into the big whelping pen. So hopefully I gave you guys a better feel for our space because words alone cannot capture what it feels like to stand in our nursery, of course. And now that everything is in here, it exists for a reason. As you can see, it's for these puppies. This is not just a room. This is where we fight for them every single day. Every single night, and I want you to know everything you just seen, every piece of equipment, every detail has been carefully chosen over the years through our experience. Nothing in the room is there by accident, and nothing in the room is optional for us. We have everything we possibly would need, so we are always prepared. That's our Blue Buddha standard, and we are extremely proud of it. So now let's just open up to the comments. Tonight is going to be awesome because Mario is actually going to be reading your comments to me. So type your questions in the comments now. What did you see? Did you want me to show you something else up close? Do you have any questions about it or any questions about us or for us? Whatever you guys want to do, just leave them in the comments. Mario will answer them, and then he's going to read them to me, and then I'm going to answer it. Okay? Super excited.
Hello guys, I'm here just taking a look at the comments. If you have any, you can go ahead and send them my way now.
Come on, bring us the comments.
This is the part we really look forward to.
Yes.
I mean, we love all of it, but this part's pretty awesome.
Yeah, just interacting with everybody. And of course, for some reason, if we don't get to you during the live, we will absolutely answer your questions after. Like we always say, we'll always get to your questions and respond if for some reason you weren't able to make the live tonight.
And no question is a silly question.
Correct. That is true.
Okay, here we go. How do you know when a puppy is dehydrated? Andrea?
Okay, so when a puppy is dehydrated, a lot of times we do the old pull up the skin. A lot of times with puppies, considering they're so small, if we pull up their skin, if they're really dehydrated, their skin will actually stay in that position. And a lot of times we can just see the way that they're acting. If they're acting really lethargic, if they're not drinking on mom, we know that they're getting dehydrated. They have to be drinking every 2 hours in the beginning, and then of course it goes after that, we move up as they get older. So we always have to make sure that they're hydrated. So that's one of our indicators. And then just a little bit of the sub-Q underneath their skin does wonders for them. So that is definitely something that we always make sure that we keep an eye on. That's a great question, whoever asked that.
Definitely an excellent question. Keep them coming, guys.
Give us the questions. Give us the questions.
And the thing is, we always have a lot of people come back after it's already went live.
Yeah.
And we're not opposed to you putting those questions in comments, because we review the comments multiple times daily, and we would love to answer them for you.
Yes. We hope that you guys are all enjoying the live cameras. I'm so excited for the puppies to get down into the big, you're gonna see me down there. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna be down there. I'm probably gonna have a blanket over my head or something. The puppies are gonna be jumping on me. That's my favorite time, is when the puppies get older and I just soak them up every single day. Coming in here in the morning, literally just makes my day just seeing them. And we're super excited for you guys to be a part of that.
Literally, she comes out, her face is just glowing. It's awesome. It's definitely a fun time.
Yeah. Nope, we'll just wait a couple more minutes just in case people are getting on for questions.
And if not, we know we're just getting things warmed up here. We'll get larger crowds, we'll get more people joining, and ultimately, we're loving just being able to offer it and do it for everyone. And that's what's important to us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Something that you love and enjoy, and being able to give back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, coming in with another question.
Woo! Ding, 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 ding.
How hard is it to say goodbye to those sweet fur babies? I know that it's going to be, that's not going to be easy because you get so attached.
Yeah. Honestly, after all these years, God love him, Mario, see you later.
She can't do it.
I can't. And now a lot of times, like if a family and I have really been communicating for a while and they're excited to meet me, we've built this amazing rapport and they're excited, I'm excited. I almost have to just because, I want to meet them, and it's hard for me. I'm an emotional person anyways, and just to see the puppies leave and stuff, I do get, super upset, but I'm in a good way though. I'm happy for the puppies. I'm happy for the family. Even after all these years, it never gets old. But just knowing that they're going to amazing families is the best thing ever.
That's literally everything. And I tell Andrea all the time that, you have all these different careers out there and all this negative energy that's out in our world, and being able to provide a puppy to somebody and to just see the joy and the happiness and the good energy. I mean, it's amazing. It's
absolutely.
Everything. That's everything.
Absolutely.
That's it. All right, go ahead.
All right, now, if you guys have any other questions and we see them, we'll of course answer after. But thank you guys so much for watching tonight. It was amazing taking you guys inside the nursery, the space that Mario and I pour our hearts into every single day. It really means so much to us. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for caring. And thank you for asking such incredible questions. We truly appreciate the interaction. This community is really something special, and it's only getting started. So before we go, next week, we are going to dig even deeper. I want to talk about socialization with you guys, what we do here at Blue Buddha that sets our puppies apart from other puppies and programs, and why it matters so much. And of course, how it shapes your dog coming home to you. You're not going to want to miss this one. It's going to be awesome. We go live every single Thursday at 8 p.m. every week right here. And throughout the week, remember we have the cams on for the puppies nursery feedings, and then also in the incubator around 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you have your alert bell turned on so you don't ever miss us. We have our Amazon storefront in the comments. Everything that I mentioned today is in there. Actually, everything we use here in the nursery is on there. And we have our beginner guide. You guys, I really took a lot of time with this beginner guide to make this for my families. Please go check it out. It's truly so much information is in there. I would love for you guys to read it and tell me what you guys think. And then maybe if we get a lot of people that will go ahead and get that guide, we'll talk about it one week and go through everything. So we will see you next Thursday, and trust me, it's going to be a good one. Thank you guys so much again, and have such a blessed evening. Bye.